Welcome to Championship Week number 1 here from Fishback Soccer Park in Brookings, South Dakota. I'm Keenan Dixon, and this is Summit League Spotlight on the road. We have 4 soccer matches, 2 cross-country championships, a major matchup of 2 of the nation's best men's soccer programs, and a full slate of volleyball, all on the docket this week on Summit League Network. As we look toward tomorrow's 2 quarterfinals, one here in Brookings and the other in Denver, let's look at the bracket for the Women's Soccer Championship. 6 teams qualified for this year's tournament, and all are playing for a chance to dance. At 2 o'clock Central, 4-seed and reigning champs Omaha will play 5-seed South Dakota in Colorado, with the winner facing top-seed Denver in the semis on Sunday. Then at 4, 6-seed Kansas City will play 3-seed Oral Roberts right here in Brookings for a chance to play 2nd-seed South Dakota State on Sunday. Both matches will air on Summit League Network. Omaha is led by offensive and defensive players of the year, Sophia Green and Reagan Zimmers. Green is Omaha's first Offensive Player of the Year honoree with her league-leading 9 goals and 22 points. She broke a program record with 20 career goals back in September in a 2-1 win over Oklahoma. Zimmers spearheaded a defense that held Summit League opponents to just 7 goals this year, including 4 shutouts. The midfielder of the year is South Dakota State's Avery Merdzek, the former newcomer of the year. Merdzek led the Jacks with 6 goals and 15 points to help SDSU earn the 2-seed and hosting rights in the tournament. This year's goalkeeper of the year is North Dakota State's Abby Wilkinson. Her sub-1 goals against average was best in the league, while her .816 save percentage was second best in the Summit. Freshman midfielder Liv Moritz from Denver is the newcomer of the year. The Vail, Colorado native finished the season with 7 goals and was named the 34th best freshman in the nation, helping Denver to a dominant run to a regular season title. Kansas City's Jess Smith was named Coach of the Year after getting the Roos to the Summit League tournament for the first time since 2011. Kansas City was projected to finish last in the preseason polls and finished 6th after earning crucial results against South Dakota and South Dakota State in the last weekend of regular season play. And the other championship this weekend is in cross country just down the road from here at Fishback Soccer Park. South Dakota State is hosting the event and hopes to win their 8th straight men's crown on their home turf. The Jacks own the league's 5 best times this season, with freshman Carson Knocker leading the charge. North Dakota State looks to repeat as women's champs and win the program's 6th title. The Bison returned 3 of their 5 all-summit runners from last year's championship in Grand Forks. We heard from head coach Dennis Newell earlier this week.
Every day we show up to practice, every race we run should be the best. The next day should be better. We should be always making progress. So we want to make sure when we line up at the Summit League Championships in Brookings on Saturday that we're ready and we're prepared to lay down our best performance. And that's our goal, because those are the things that we can control.
The men's race will begin at 11 with the women running at noon on Saturday at Edgebrook Golf Course in Brookings. You can also watch the live broadcast on Summit League Network. Men's soccer is just 2 weeks away from the start of their championship in Tulsa, but this weekend in Tulsa, it's one of the biggest matches of the year. ORU dropped points in a draw at St. Thomas last week, but can control their own destiny to another regular season crown with a win over Denver this Saturday. Both teams are receiving votes in the latest national coaches poll and look to finish what they started last month in their 1-1 draw in Denver. Oral Roberts is coming off of a midweek non-conference 4-1 win over Central Arkansas, led by Luis Flores' hat trick scored in the span of 39 minutes. Flores leads the nation with 14 goals this season, 6 better than Denver's Ogio Funran, who is 2nd in the league. In volleyball, Omaha, Kansas City, and Denver remain in the top 3. The Roos have 2 matches in hand and host North Dakota State tonight. Reigning champs South Dakota have begun to find their form with 2 5-set wins over South Dakota State and Omaha to get them back in the mix for a first-round bye. The race to Vermillion continues with a month of volleyball left to play before the top 6 converge on South Dakota for the Summit League tournament. And you can follow this week's action live on Summit League Network or follow along on our social media pages at the Summit League. For championship information and tickets, visit thesummitleague.org/championships.